You know, some of my favorite acquaintances in life have come to me through aviation. Take, for example, my flight instructor, Ken. The first time I met Ken, I just joined a new flying club, and I met with him at the airport. He took us out flying, and along the way, we talked about several things. He mentioned that he owns a couple of airplanes, and as we sat down and put the plane away, I started to ask him a little bit about his life, and he told me that he had just retired from a long career. And in the back of my mind, I thought, well, what kind of career allows somebody to own 3 airplanes? And he explained to me that he was an electrical engineer, and that's all he said about it. Obviously, that answer wasn't going to do, so I went home and I internet stalked him and found out that he was actually the CEO of a major energy company in the mid-Atlantic of the United States. And if you know Ken, you know he's not the kind of guy that kind of brags on himself or anything like that, but he's a very successful man, and he's done a lot of good things in his life. Not long ago, Ken invited me to fly along with him in his TBM 850, which he owns with a couple of other guys. I've never been in a TBM 850, but I know they're pretty cool airplanes. What you'll see in this video is that a flight instructor like Ken never misses an opportunity to teach a little bit. And I really appreciate that he does that. Every time I fly with him, he always has something to teach, and I really appreciate that. So sit back, enjoy the flight, listen to the conversation, and let's have a good flight down to New Jersey.
Martin Tower, 657.
You have a squawk code you need to put in? Or?
Not yet.
Okay.
Martin Ground, TBM 852 Alpha Mike Instruments to Atlantic City.
TBM 852 Alpha Mike, Martin Ground, cleared to Atlantic City. After departure, turn left heading 190. Radar vector Swan is filed. Maintain 2000. Expect 7,000 in 10 minutes. Departures on 119.7. Squawk 4673.
All right, 2 Alpha Mikes cleared to Atlantic City. Turn left 190. Radar vector Swan is filed. 2000, 7010, 19.7 on the frequency, and squawk 4673.
TBM 2 Alpha Mike, read back correct.
You put that in?
I did, yeah.
Good, okay. All right, so there's the flight plan. We'll activate that. Yeah, let's just cycle the prop. Flaps to 10. We don't need to set this. If we were going to go up high, we would turn that up to the altitude we're going to plus 1,000.
Okay.
We're going to check the standby generator. It did pick up. All right. Bleed air is required. Bleed air is in auto. That's for the pressurization.
Okay.
There is a vent over there. You can open and control that to suit you.
Okay.
All right, heading will be 190. Altitude was 2,000. Transponder toga is up for go around for takeoff. Lights are on ice. Air flaps are set. Trim is where I want it. Pass as expected. Martin Grand TBM 852 Alpha Mike Hangar 4 ready to taxi. We have India.
TBM 852 Alpha Mike, runway 33, taxi via Foxtrot and Echo.
Foxtrot and Echo, 2 Alpha Mike.
Altimeter is now 3048. Visibility is a little bit better, 5 miles of mist.
Okay. I'll put my sunglasses on. So, when you taxi with this airplane, the idle speed is still a fair amount of power. So in order to keep from going too fast, we pull it into beta. You hear that sound?
Yeah.
That means it's in beta.
Is that reversing the props a little bit? Okay.
Yeah. Flattening them out, actually. Otherwise, we'd be going too fast. All right. So our call-outs are, don't forget your hat. So heading, altitude, transponder, and toga. You push this little red button and it sets the autopilot for takeoff and go around. You can see the command bars are up there. Then we do lights, Ice, which will be put on when we're ready to go. Air, which is bleed, we've got that set. Flaps are set. Trims are set. CAS as expected. That's the crew alert system, CAS. So this is your torque. That tells you how much power the engine's putting out. This is your propeller RPM. That'll level off at 2,000. The ITT is your inner turbine temperature, and that's the temperature of the combustion chamber, and you want to keep that below 840.
Okay.
And then the NG is the percent of the compressor section. That usually go up to the high 90s. Obviously, when we're flying along, we set the power based on the torque, but when the separator is out, which controls foreign objects and ice from getting into the engine, it dumps them overboard when it makes the 90-degree turn. Once you get aloft and you're in the clear, then you can turn the separator off. But when the separator is on, it starves the engine for air, and it will tend to make the ITT run hotter.
Okay.
So you have to pay attention, especially when you're high and you're in the clouds and you still have the separator out. You may have to pull the power back below the normal setting to keep the temperature under control.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this airplane takes off at 700 horsepower. Once we lift off, then we can go to 850 mode, and then you can do up to 850 horsepower.
Is that what the 850 and TBM 850
Yes,
is?
it
Oh,
is,
okay.
yeah. The original series were 700s, TBM 700s, and they had several variations. When they went to the 850, because they can't handle the torque at low speeds, you limit the takeoff power to 700.
Okay.
And this controls that. When we're in the flaps, once I lift the flaps up, I can move it forward into 850 mode, and then I can go up to 121% torque. In 700 mode, I'm limited to 100.
Okay.
All right. Right there, TBM 852 Alpha Mike, be ready upon reaching, and we will hold short.
TBM 852 Alpha Mike Martin Tower, Roger. Turn left heading 190, runway 33, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, left to 190, 2 Alpha Mike. All right, lights, ice, air, flaps, trim, pass. So you know, the only thing I have now is the separator, and I want that on. Once I put the pitot heat on, they stay on the whole time. That's like a preventative thing.
Okay.
All right, it is clear, right?
Looks clear. Yeah.
All right, everything's in the green. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. We got 50, 60, 70, 85. We're going to rotate. We're going to go fly. Okay. Gear's coming up. Gears up, no red. Speed check, flaps coming up. Still hazy.
TBM 2 Alpha Mike, contact Potomac departure on 19.7.
Right to departure, we'll see you in a little while. 2 Alpha Mike.
All right, take care.
Potomac approach, 4621 Delta, attention in sight for pattern work.
4621 Delta, roger. Upon entering the traffic pattern, squawk 5170. When you're done, call me airborne and change to advisory frequencies approved. Remain on that transponder code at all times.
Squawk 5170 in the pattern, get batch when we're done. Frequency change approved, 4621 Delta.
Potomac approach, TBM 852 Alpha Mike 1500, climbing 2000.
TBM 852 Alpha Mike, Potomac departure, radar contact, let me maintain 3000, expect direct swan shortly.
All right, 3000, we'll expect direct swan when you give it. All right, we're going to 3000. So I have the autopilot in heading mode because it wants me to go to 190, and I have it in indicated airspeed for pitch. So
2 Golf Victor, just to maintain 3000.
we're climbing at a certain indicated airspeed. In this case, I usually use 130 down low. When you get above 10,000, we go to 160.
Number 2 Alpha Mike, climb and maintain 4000.
Up to 4,000, 2 Alpha Mike.
Is that the VY on this?
No, much slower than that.
Oh, okay.
But it's just a good climb rate.
Yeah.
All right, We're coming out of 850 mode.
Alpha Mike, clear direct Swan, climb and maintain 5,000.
5,000 direct Swan, 2 Alpha Mike. All right.
Approach, good.
We're going to go direct.
6.5.
Swan, activate. Then we'll go to nav mode.
1340, Potomac, hello. Baltimore altimeter 3046 at cool.
Can you clear me to 5,000?
33 left approach.
I believe he said 5,000, yeah.
Alright, cool, it's cleared. ILS 33 left approach and delete public speed, Southwest 1340.
Number 2, Golf Victor, descendant pilot discretion, maintain 2,000.
Okay, discretion to 2,000, 330 Golf Victor.
All right, since we're in the clear, there's no visible moisture, I can turn the separator off. You got to pull the power back a little bit. You got to be below 200 knots to put that out. There's a lot of things to remember in this airplane.
I guess so. So what does the initial separator do?
So when the air comes in the engine, it makes a 180-degree turn.
Okay.
Things like ice and FOD, particles of things that we don't want in the engine, can't make the turn as easily. And there's a flapper door in there. When it puts it down separator, it captures those particles and sends them overboard, so it doesn't go into the engine.
Gotcha.
Once we're in the clear, there's no chance of ice, there's no foreign objects, then I can close the separator, and then
I'll... 2 Alpha Mike, contact departure 124.55, we'll see you.
2455, 2 Alpha Mike.
Number 2 Golf Victor, when you have it.
Roger, expect a visual approach runway 4, and report to Eastern Site, 12 o'clock on 15 miles.
Okay, expect a visual runway 4 and looking for the airport. 26 Yankee Papa.
Atomic approach, TBM 852, Alpha Mike 5000.
November 852 Alpha Mike, Atomic approach, Baltimore altimeter 3046, climb and maintain 7,000.
7,03046.
Approach up jet 827, 9,000.
Up to 827 Potomac approach, Baltimore altimeter 3046, device of information Alpha, expect the ILS runway 33 right.
46 we have Alpha, up jet 827.
Up to 827, clear direct to Duds, and descend and maintain 8,000.
Direct Duds, 8,000, up jet 827. Approach, good morning, Bonanza, 3734 Golf, 4,000.
All right, so I've loaded the frequencies for Atlantic City. They're currently 080 at 4.
November 3734 Golf,
Visibility's
Potomac approach,
10.
Baltimore altimeter 3046.
Broken at 3,300.
046, Bonanza, 34 Golf.
So let's see what approach we might do. Might get the RNAV to runway 4. We'll see where they're landing. The winds aren't blowing very strong. Sometimes they'll land on the big runway.
Spark Southwest 1569, climb maybe 1,500, 17,000.
Southwest 1569,
we're leveling off at 7,000.
125.52.
Well,
You can see the pressurization's already up, but the cabin altitude's about 1,000 right now.
Oh, okay.
If we were going higher, it would gradually raise that
827, traffic
till you get to the point
4 miles opposite direction, Cirrus level 7,000.
where you're at maximum pressure, which is 6.2
Number 6 Charlie Alpha, traffic
PSI.
at 12
Okay.
to 11 o'clock, and 2.5 miles opposite direction, King Airs 8,000.
And at 31,000 feet, that's 9,600 feet in the cabin.
Okay. And it doesn't push oxygen from the oxygen tanks. That's only in an emergency.
Right. Yeah, it's just pressurized air.
Got it.
Vision Jet 26 Yankee Papa, clear visual approach, runway 4.
Clear for vision runway 4, 26 Yankee Papa.
Number 6 Yankee Papa, contact Eastern Tower, 118.52.
118.52, 26 Yankee Papa.
So below 10,000 feet, I have to stay below 250 knots.
Number 6 Charlie Alpha, contact over approach, Christian.
But right now, we're doing about
220.05.
211 knots. That's about 240 true.
Up to 827, descend and maintain 4,000.
4,000 up to 827.
So the fuel selector goes back and forth every 10 minutes, and sometimes it gets a little out of balance, and then when that happens, you hit the button to switch over to the other tank.
Okay.
You can see which one it's on here. So we'll burn off the left tank for a little while to try to balance it out.
And it flips this switch automatically with the
Every
servo?
10 minutes.
Oh, wow, okay.
On the ground, it's like every 90 seconds, but in the air, it's like every 10 minutes.
Number 0,
Okay.
Alpha Yankee, understand you have the field in sight. You'll be number 2, so flight in 180 vector sequence.
Okay, 180 heading to Alpha Yankee.
18 minutes to our destination.
Wow. We're cooking.
Up to 827 and traffic.
Yeah, we're crewing out at about 250 right now. At altitude, it'll do about 305.
Wow, okay.
We get up high,
Update 827, contact Potomac approach 119.7.
And we're burning
927,
almost
updating
80
company.
gallons an hour right now. I've got
Number
it
905,
pushed up a little bit just to go
maintain
faster,
6,000.
just to show you what it can do.
6,000, method whiskey.
I can go up to 121 on the torque. If I go above that, I get what's called an exceedance, telling me that I over torqued it. It's not a problem. It's more of a problem if you go over 840 on the temp. If you over temp the engine, then you probably have to have it torn down.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So that's pretty important. Now, it's running cool right now because we're not very high. The higher you go, the thinner the air, the higher the temperature. So I don't really have to worry too much about it.
Okay.
Down here. And if I put the separator out, the temperature will go up some.
Okay.
Because that's starving it for
You
air.
got lower for 0 Alpha Yankee.
But think about that.
Number 0 Alpha Yankee, descend and maintain
665
2,500.
Celsius.
Send 2.5.
It's really hot.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There's really good visibility
Number
over the
2
nose.
Alpha Mike, contact over approach 132.42.
Was that for 2 Alpha Mike?
Affirmative, number 852 Alpha Mike, contact over approach 132.42.
3242 for 2 Alpha Mike. We'll see you later.
Good day.
Over approach. Good morning. TBM 852 Alpha Mike 7000.
TBM 852 Alpha Mike, Dover approach, Dover altimeter 3044.
3044.
International ATIS information, Romeo 1454 observation, wind 090 at 4, visibility 10, ceiling 3,300 broken, temperature 7, dew point 00, altimeter 3048. Runway 13 in use, expect the visual approach. Notice the airman, Atlantic City Vortac out of service, the runway 22 Bassy out of service. Taxiway Papa is closed between taxiways Delta and November. As is weather on flight service station frequencies, advise ATIS Romeo.
Piedmont 5874, contact Tucson approach 127.905. Have a good day.
2795, 5874.
All right, I'm going to try to see if I can get the RNAV into runway 13. That's the runway they're landing on.
Okay.
It is an LPV, and I'll do a low approach and then pick up our clearance back to Martin. The minimums are 275, so we can put that in here. And then it'll appear up here, and when I get the minimums, it'll tell me I'm at minimums.
Okay.
For the approach. And we'll brief the approach. The inbound is be 2,000. Inbound course is 128.
Approach, Royal 22.
The miss will be
headed out to
climb
Brew,
straight ahead to 2,000 to Jurad,
west.
and then
Royal 22
to Roddy.
heavy, Dover approach, Dover
hold.
altimeter 3044, ident.
Royal 22, 3044.
So because they're broken down there, before I get down low, I'll have to turn the separator back
your
on.
radar contact 5 miles east Dover Air Force Base.
Outside temperature right now is 4 degrees, so it's above freezing. But anytime you're in visible moisture, the clouds, you should have the separator out.
63, we're 10-5.
And if you land, you want it out when you're on the ground, in case there's any stones or foreign objects that can get into the engine.
Altimeter 3044, descend and maintain 5,000, expedite descent through 6,000 for traffic.
Then maintain 5,000, expedite through 6, extension 563.
We should get turned over to Atlantic City approach here shortly.
Jet 563, fly heading 060, vectors for your descent.
060, section 563.
So I have ATIS and ground on the bottom,
774, radar service
approach, and I'll have tower on the top once I'm ready
today.
for that. That's my how I organize things.
Yeah.
Approved, Cap 774, fine.
Number 852 Alpha Mike, clear direct Atlantic City.
Direct Atlantic City to Alpha Mike.
Jet 563, leaving 6,000,
All right,
clear
going direct now.
Wilmington.
Leaving 6, clear direct Wilmington 563.
Number 3530 Juliet, verify your destination is Golf Echo Delta.
So we're 55 out. We'll probably start coming down at 30 or something like that.
Should you like to terminate flight following?
Affirmative.
3530 Juliet.
I think I'm going to slow it down,
Squawk Gate Park.
put the separator out early so I don't have to worry about it, but I got to be below 200
Radio service terminated
to put it out. So I'll pull the torque back.
Over approach, good morning,
It'll slow down a bit.
3 Lima 4500.
Number 1063 Lima, Dover approach, Dover altimeter 3044.
30, 44, 60.
One thing you do in this airplane is try to stay ahead of things.
I was going to say, you're doing a pretty good job.
It's pretty busy.
And Dover approach, Ventura 908, 4000.
Ventura 908, Dover approach, Dover altimeter 3044.
You can see the fuel is now
3044.
perfectly balanced. And in a few minutes it'll flip over and then it'll start sucking on the right one.
Okay.
Takes about 30 seconds for the separator to deploy.
Sure to give it the signal to do it, or?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there you
Separator's
go.
out. Now that it's out, I can go back to any speed I want.
Pitch at 563,
I just can't be
contact
above
Philadelphia approach
200
119.75.
when it's moving,
Okay.
when it's being deployed.
Philadelphia 119.75.
That makes sense. Just the physical strength of the motor that moves the flapper door can only withstand so much.
Yeah.
See, right now we're burning 781 shaft horsepower. If that goes all the way to 121, it'll be 850.
Gotcha.
I usually run it up when we're aloft in the like 115 or something like that. And at, the high 20s, like 28, 27, 29, we'll true out 305. I've seen 310.
Okay.
True airspeed.
Colt 01, fair request. Colt 01, roger, clear direction, no. Completion of your option, maintain VFR tower.
1207, visibility 10. Few clouds, 3,200.
Noah is Alpha, November, Uniform, Lima.
All right, so now it's Sierra on the ATIS. Pretty nice display though, isn't it?
That's great, yeah. There's so much information, it's almost too much.
So hit engine.
Number 2937 November, traffic south.
That tells you that we'll have 163
northbound,
gallons at our
citation
destination.
5,000.
Okay.
Landing Wilmington.
And it tells you that we have 177 remaining. We're currently burning 79 gallons per hour.
Okay.
Hit back. And you can pull up weather, you could pull up the radar, all kinds of information.
Guess we're too high to see any terrain up here. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's all flat anyway, I guess.
Go to weather. So right now there's no weather, but hit radar. It's currently in standby. There's radar out there on that pod, and it'll scan for weather. We use the radar for weather avoidance.
Wow.
We're going to get a new radar system that will automatically set the tilt and figure out how to make it work. Right now you have to kind of know how to do that. There's nothing to see today, but so we'll leave it off. But I wanted to just show you how you get to it. You can also pull up XM, Sirius XM, where you can get the
Colt 01, just going to maintain 2,000.
ADS-B weather too.
How do you like the touch screen? Do you prefer buttons or?
When it's bumpy, the touch
I feel like
screen
you
is
do
a
a lot of
problem.
this, yeah.
So when you're
Colt 01, 10 miles
you can-
from Knoll, clear to
you
Isla.
can control the frequencies with the buttons here.
Yeah. That's one of those things I'm looking at for my Sonics is
63 Lima, just a heads up, we're going to start a slow descent for some cloud coverage.
trying to decide what kinds of
63 Lima, roger.
what kind of instrumentation I want to do. And I'm thinking touchscreen, I'm not
Murray
sure because it's going to be such a small
contact
plane.
Atlantic City approach 124.6, have a good day.
1246 for 2 Alpha Mike, we'll see you later.
All right, back in service, roger that. First two approaches, we'd like to start off with the RNAV Yankee to 13, and we'd like to proceed direct Carl for the procedure turn, if able.
Roger, we'll see if I can make that work. Should be fine. You can expect that.
All right, thank you, sir.
Atlantic City approach TBM 2 Alpha Mike, we're at 7,000.
852 Alpha Mike, Atlantic City approach, altimeter 3045.
3045, and we have Sierra would like to request the RNAV to 13.
852 Alpha Mike, Roger, you can expect that. Is this a full stop?
Yeah, we're going to do a low approach, and then we'll be heading back to Martin. I've got another clearance on file to pick up. So I'm guessing he'll give us direct to one of these fixes, probably
72,
Carol.
RC departure radar contact and left heading 360 vector for the ILS.
Left turn 360, Doctor 72.
And we should start coming down soon. We can
We're
come,
651 Mike,
come down really fast in this airplane.
Oh, yeah?
If you need to. There's no such thing as shock cooling on a turbine engine.
Okay.
$852 Alpha Mike, descend and maintain 4,000.
Leaving 7 for 4,000, 2 Alpha Mike. All right.
616
So we're going to come down at 1,500 feet a minute,
132.42.
which is a good descent rate. I'll pull the power back a little bit. We usually come down at 1,500 feet. Particularly when you're up high, it takes a while to come down, you know?
Yeah.
It takes a while to go up. If you're at 31,000 feet, you got to start coming down 100 miles out.
I bet, yeah. I don't think I've ever been to Atlantic City before. It's kind of neat.
They have a nice airport there.
Do they?
Boxer 72, turn left heading 310.
310, Boxer 72.
All right, procedure, approach. RNAV to 13 Yankee. We're going to put it in Carl, and no reversal. And we're just going to load the approach now.
2 Alpha Mike, clear direct Kovic.
2 Alpha Mike, we were requesting the RNAV GPS Yankee, if you could do that.
Okay, want to go direct Carol?
Yeah, direct Carol works.
All right, 2 Alpha Mike, clear direct Carol.
Direct Carol, 2 Alpha Mike. Activate. So now we're going direct to Carol. He gave me another waypoint that I didn't recognize on the approach.
13, climbing 16 on course.
So, because he gave me a different approach, I didn't specify that I wanted the Yankee one. There's 2 different GPS approaches to runway 13.
Got it.
All right, separator is out.
852 Alpha Mike, descend and maintain 3,000.
Now down to 3,000, 2 Alpha Mike. All right. Vertical speed.
Convoy 694, clear direct Carol.
Clear direct Carol, Convoy 694.
And we'll start slowing it down. Let's see, we've got 12 miles to Carol. Pretty thin layer.
52 Alpha Mike, turn 10 degrees left, just a vector for sequence.
10 left vectors for sequence, 2 Alpha Mike. All right, so he gave me 10 left, so I'm going to go to the heading mode. Dial in 10 degrees left. He's got somebody else he's trying to vector in on the approach. So I'm trying to slow us down now so we can get some flaps out.
And approach 256 Fox Shopper request. If we could leave this altitude, we're going to do a little spiral over just a little bit further northwest of us down to 2,000. And then if it's all right, we'd like to do just a coastline up through your airspace.
All right, I got flap speed, so I'm going to come out of the 850 mode, go into a first notch of flaps,
to the north.
start setting up for the approach.
Roger, you can proceed as requested. Boxer 72, turn left heading 220.
220, Boxer 72.
Good morning, Atlantic City, Cap 2950 with you, 3000. Requesting the ILS 10 at Millville.
Cap 2950, Atlantic City approach, altimeter 3044.
All right, altimeter is set.
VFR practice.
We've got the minimums in.
3044, practice approach.
Let's see, the tower is 123.
Atlantic City approach, Optical 517, Lima Papa, student solo with VFR request.
We got pressurization set what we want.
517 Lima Papa, Atlantic City.
Fuel gauges look pretty close.
517 Lima Papa, currently 4.5 miles to the north of Hamilton at 2,900, climbing 3,500, looking for flight
De-ice is where I want it. Separator is deployed. Landing lights are on.
0124.
Approach checklist is
0124, 517 Lima Papa.
852 Alpha Mike, clear direct Carol.
clear direct Carol, 2 Alpha Mike.
517 Lima Papa, radar contact, altimeter 3044.
3044,
So now I go back to GPS mode.
852 Alpha Mike, descend and maintain 2000.
Leaving 3 for 2,000, 2 Alpha Mike.
Convoy 694, descend and maintain 3000.
Down at 3,000, Convoy 694.
Number 364 Papa Kilo, contact McGuire approach 126.47.
12647, full Papa Kilo.
2 Alpha Mike, 2 miles from Carroll, cross Carroll hour above 2000, clear for the RNAV 13 approach, cautiously turbulence about 6 miles behind at 737.
All right, we're 2,000 to cross Carroll, clear for the approach, 2 Alpha Mike. Alright, so now we're clear for the approach, so we go to approach mode. And then it'll intercept the glide path once we get there.
Okay.
Alright, we're leveling at 2,000. 40 torque is typically pretty good about here.
How many hours do you have in this plane so far?
240, I think.
Wow, okay.
We've had it for almost 4 years, or over 4 years actually. But this is, now I can fly by myself, so
yeah.
Before I couldn't do that. Alright, so we're turning inbound.
Convoy 694, about 8 miles from Carroll, cross Carroll at 3,000.
Once we get inbound, it should switch over to LPV, which it did.
Procedure turn, just maintain 3,000.
So now I have a glide path indicator, and once that gets to here, I'll put the gear down, it should intercept.
Clear for the RNAV 13 via the procedure turn. Convoy 694.
For 256 Foxtrot Alpha, traffic about 3 miles northeast, east of you, southbound, Skyhawk at 2,000.
Looking for the traffic, 6 Foxtrot.
840 Papa Alpha, traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles, Cherokee descending at 4,000, doing air work.
Traffic in sight for 0 Papa Alpha. They're also doing air work, like you said, in this area?
Yeah, they're descending in like a spiral right now, I think.
November 2 Alpha Mike, do you have your IFR on us?
Yeah, I have one file to pick up.
November 2 Alpha Mike, Roger, would like pick up now or with departure?
We'll do it on departure for 2 Alpha Mike.
Roger.
He was offering to give me my clearance, but right now I want to be focused on flying the airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, the glide path is starting to come in. The normal final approach speed in this airplane is 90 knots, 85 over the fence. Pretty slow. Coming in any faster than that, it'll float forever.
Okay.
Alright, you can see the glide path is coming in. Should switch over to GP here shortly. There it is, see it?
Got it, yep.
Alright, gears down 3 green, no red. Start slowing her down now to get the flap speed. Alright, so ignition stays in auto. Flaps, gears down, inertial separator, flaps are set. Autopilot and yaw damper to go. I give this complete.
72, contact departure.
Switching departure, box 72.
So I got to get down to about 120 so I can put in full flaps. They like you to be fully configured above 1,000 feet. All right, there's flap speed. We'll go to full flaps. Now the airplane is, autopilot is managing both the descent and the left-right. Right.
Putting those flaps down really give you good visibility.
Yeah,
it puts the nose really far down.
All right, 1,000 to go.
Airspeed.
We're fine. It gives you an alarm when it shouldn't really. I can be going 80 knots right now and I'd be fine.
Airspeed.
$500 to go.
$500.
Alright, we're going to go around. So we can put the go around in. Power's coming up. Flaps coming up. Gears coming up. Positive rate. Gears up, flaps coming up the final move. And Tower 2 Alpha Mike's on the go.
November 2 Alpha Mike, contact departure.
Over to departure 2 Alpha Mike.
For the Yankee and then 2 ILSs.
All right, Roger, you can expect that.
Thanks.
Atlantic City departure, TBM 2 Alpha Mike, 1260 climbing 2000, runway heading.
852 Alpha Mike, Atlantic City departure radar contact. Where are you headed next?
Yeah, we're going back to Martin State.
All right, for now, climb and maintain 3000, turn right heading 220.
Right up to 3000, 220 on the heading.
Approach Bonanza 897 Tango Mike 6000.
Alright, so we're heading mode.
897 Tango Mike, Atlantic City approach, altimeter 3044.
Airspeed
44.
$1,000 to go. So whenever you climb out like that, you have to give it power first, then you come up with the first notch of flaps before you bring the gear up. Otherwise you'll get a horn for the gear.
694 contact tower.
Then you bring the gear up, then the last notch of flaps.
852 Alpha Mike, I have your clearance when you're ready for it.
2 Alpha Mike, ready to copy.
852 Alpha Mike, you're cleared to Martin State. For now, fly heading 220. But you can expect Leah, and then it's filed. And expect 8,000 in 10 minutes.
All right, heading 220, then Leah as filed 8,000 in 10 minutes. 2 Alpha Mike.
That correct, reset transponder squawk 5317.
5317 for 2 Alpha Mike.
Atlantic City approach, Official 517, Lima Papa, descending 2,500 to stay below the cloud layer here.
Roger, 7 Lima Papa, traffic 11 o'clock, 6 miles, northwestbound, 737 at 2,000.
Searching for traffic, 517 Lima Papa.
Boxer 72, traffic 1 o'clock, 5 miles southbound, Pipistrel, 3 for 2.5.
All right, so I sent a new flight plan to
852 Alpha Mike, climb and maintain 7,000.
we're leaving 3 for 7,000, 2 Alpha Mike.
40 Delta X-ray traffic, 11 o'clock, 5 miles, ops direction, 6,000 to Cirrus.
Looking for 0 Delta X-ray.
5 Kilo Mike, traffic, 11 o'clock, 5 miles, ops direction, Beach Jet, 5,000.
5 Kilo Mike, looking.
Traffic in sight for 517 Lima Papa, I'll hang out at 3,000 until I get past these guys.
All right, Roger.
That looks good.
2 Alpha Mike, turn 10 degrees right.
10 right, 2 Alpha Mike. Like I say, you can see you get pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, we're doing a lot of stuff because we're training and all.
72, turn right.
In the real world,
040.
you know, we would have landed.
040,
right?
yeah. 72.
All right, fuel looks good.
40 Delta Ray, looking
Gears
for
up,
traffic.
flaps are up, torque 110. Engine instruments are in the green, gas is clear. Still got the separator out. I guess we can turn that off.
256 Fox Alpha, traffic, 11 o'clock, 3 miles, ops direction, altitude indicates 700.
Looking for the traffic, 256 Fox Alpha.
So whenever you put the separator off, it allows the torque to go up because you're getting more air, so you have to bring the power back so you don't over torque it.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Just got to remember to do that.
852 Alpha Mike, clear direct Leah, contact Washington Center, 127.7.
1277 directly into Alpha Mike.
1.4, running 140, you good in?
And Washington Center, TBM 852 Alpha Mike, 7,000.
852 Alpha Mike, Washington Center, welcome, climb and maintain 8,000, altimeter 3044.
Going up to 8,000, 3044 to Alpha Mike. So with the new rules, I can fly this airplane up to 18,000. Can't go above 18 with basic.
Is that with basic med? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you if you had to do anything other than basic med to fly this.
The limitation is I can't get up to the flight levels. So if I want to go on a long trip, I don't want to do that down in the teens.
Yeah.
Short trips.
5483 cross SO.
But I go out and do training flights like this and short flights. There's, if we're going up to Groton for maintenance, we typically don't get above 18. That's all. The time we get up there, it's time to start coming down.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice though that I get to fly it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a lot of hours in it, but I always had to have one of the other guys with me.
Okay. Were they able to fly single or no?
Yeah, both of them have medicals.
Okay.
But I fly 50 hours a year in this, and I fly 250 hours in everything else.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to take a chance of
maintain 14,000.
not keeping my medical, because if I get denied, then I can't fly basic med.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, but you know, this is all I really need. I mean,
7 Lima Sierra
I'm
Condo
gonna go on a long trip.
1717.
I'll get one of the other guys to do it with me.
17,000.
There you go.
And it's, candidly, the airplane is busy enough, and especially when you're flying in New York airspace like that, you really almost want to have somebody else with you.
I'm sure, yeah.
So I'd be flying, they'd do the radio and the navigating, you know. I can do it all. It's just, it's nice to have some backup.
Yeah, it was...
Frontier 1744, code right to Jim's, cross Jim's 10,000.
All right, direct Jim's, cross
All right,
Jim's,
so let's go down to Martin.
1744.
We'll go to waypoint info and frequencies.
98,
We'll put
50.6, 15 across red.
ATIS in.
Got 5898 Washington Center, the altimeter 3047.
And we'll take a look at the weather.
852 Alpha Mike, short clearance when you're ready.
2 Alpha Mike, go ahead.
And Alpha Mike, after Leah, join that Tango 358 that you're on all the way to OB1, which is Oscar, Bravo, Whiskey, Oscar, November, and then after that, Martin State.
All right, Leah, then Tango 358 to Abuan, and then Martin, 2 Alpha Mike.
You're back right, thanks.
Washington Columbia Jet 144 is at 16,500.
Columbia Jet 144 Washington Center, welcome, altimeter 3047, just advise prior to any altitude changes.
Okay, Columbia Jet 144. We have a flight plan on file beginning at Coupler down to Stewart, Florida, if that's in the system.
Okay,
we won't get that, but
I'm not
we'll
going to give you
put it
that clearance. I got that at the next sector there.
Okay, thank you.
8, sir, 777 Lima Sierra, contact Wash 121.02.
2102, 777 Lima Sierra.
So when you get up above a certain altitude, you no longer talk to approach, you talk to
Rock
center.
band 3 Conda 16,016.
Normally, below 10, we're usually talking to approach.
5898,
But in this area, Washington Center has the
9,000.
airspace. When you get up high, then it's Washington Center, New York Center, Boston Center.
Because they can reach farther, I guess, up high?
Yeah,
when you're up high, I mean.
that's just how they allocate the airspace to what controller. Center is the Air Route Traffic Control Center, and they're sitting in a room somewhere, you know, managing the flights. And of course, up high, you get the airliners and all. You know, if we're up in the 20s or up, we can go up to 31. You know, we'll be up there with the big boys.
Okay.
Washington, good morning, Santos 113, 12,000.
Got a little bit of a headwind going back.
Santos 113, Washington.
You can see I'm truing at 250, but my ground speed is only 243.
Oh, wow. It can tell you what your heading and your headwind and crosswinds are.
Everything.
Wow. That's pretty neat.
So we're going to request the RNAV to 33 into Martin if they'll give it to us. I can't ask him, this guy, because it's got to be with a approach. But we'll be getting turned over here soon.
Rock band 3 Conda 17,017. It's going to be a slow climb. You're following a Vision Jet.
Okay,
That's the Vision Jet is the Cirrus.
Okay.
Rock band 3, contact Washington Center 121.02.
2102, Rock band 3.
Yeah, I've heard of the Vision before.
I've never flown one. I've sat in one.
Okay.
It's kind of on my bucket list to do. I understand they're real easy to fly.
You ever flown any jets at all?
Yeah, I've got time.
Columbia Jet 144, contact Washington Center 134.5.
Citation 301, 501.
Okay.
Hour and a half.
144, thank you, good morning.
Took a lesson in
Booster
it.
5483, contact Philly approach 128.4.
And I've flown the L-39
128.4, Booster
down at Kissimmee, the Albatross.
1744, contact
cool.
Philly approach on 119.75. Good day.
1975, take care, Frontier Flight 1744.
Santos 113, comma maintain 16,016.
Santos 113 up to 16,000.
There's a young lady on the waiting list. Her name is Rossi, and she's part of the chapter down in Essex.
Yeah.
She has her grandfather owns a Grumman Goose.
Oh, really?
So she's down in Florida a couple weeks ago for Thanksgiving, and she was flying.
I'd love to fly that. Oh,
yeah.
Man. That's an expensive airplane.
Yeah.
I have a seaplane rating, but it's a single engine. I don't have a multi-engine.
Okay.
I'd have to get that. That would be fun to do.
Yeah, I don't know if he does some training flights in it or what. Seems like either he's really wealthy or he uses it for work, I assume. I don't know.
They are nice airplanes.
Yeah, very cool stuff.
Washington Center, 225 Hotel Bravo with you, 7,500.
Martin Tower, information. Juliet 1554, Zulu. Wind 080 at tree, yacht. Visibility 5 statute miles. Mist, sky, clear below 12,000. Temperature, tree, dew point -1. Altimeter, tree 048. Visual, approaching you. Landing and departing runway, tree. Advise on initial contact. You have information.
All right, we have Juliet. I can start slowing down, put the separator out.
Apart from efficiency, is there a reason not to leave it open?
Sanchez 113, clearance.
On a short flight, I mean.
When you're ready.
I could leave it open the whole time. Yeah,
doesn't hurt anything.
Matter.
Sanchez 113, ready, copy.
Sanchez 113,
I'd probably turn it off more as a matter of
Romeo,
just doing it the
Papa,
same all the time.
Oscar,
Yeah.
Delta.
But if we were climbing up through the clouds,
Jamie,
then I'd have to have it deployed
Alpha,
the whole time.
Mike,
Yeah, okay.
India, Echo, then direct Guild.
We came back from
Uniform,
Denver direct
India,
to Martin
Lima,
State.
Delta, Guild, and then
4 hours and 35 minutes. We were in the
Route
clouds the
10.
whole time.
Oh my goodness.
So we couldn't push the power up very much because of the temps on the ITT. So we were able to cruise at like 260, 270, and we came all the way back without stopping. 4 hours
Golf
35 minutes.
India,
Wow,
Lima,
Denver to
Delta.
Martin.
You should have that on your route already.
It's the longest leg I've ever
route.
flown.
So even pulled back, you still made it just over 4 hours. That's not bad.
4 hours and 35 minutes.
Yeah.
File after that, thank you.
No, that's.
Thank you.
We had a little bit of a tailwind,
Okay.
but still. All right, there's the separators out. Go back to normal cruise speed now. Yeah, so if we're up high, you know, and we'd have a depressurization, we'd reach over and grab the masts and put them on it down as fast as we could go. We'd pull the power to idle, come up to the top of the red line, we'd come down about 8,000 feet a minute.
Wow, okay.
But if you're at 31,000 feet, it's still 2 minutes to get down to.
Yeah.
And at 31,000, you have about 30 seconds to a minute of useful consciousness.
Oh my gosh.
Which is plenty of time to put the mask on, you know. Just got to do it.
You just got to do it, yeah.
Then when you do that, you put this to mask mode, so your microphone is coming from the mask.
Sanchez 113, climb to 17,017.
Sanchez 113 at the 17,000.
So I noticed up here it says the passenger oxygen. You'd have to pull that for mine to come on, or no?
Well, you normally the oxygen would be on. Okay?
Oh, I see. If you're up above 18.
Well, if we're going to fly high, I would put that on before takeoff.
Got it.
And then if the cabin needs oxygen above, if it, you know, we lost, there's mass in the back that would come down. You can deploy them without the
Oh, for the back, I gotcha. I keep forgetting there's like 4 other seats back there.
98 contact.
They're just like the mass in an airliner.
1284 getting.
284, take care of you, 5898.
Frontier 1744, you here? Spirit 2163, direct CL. Direct CL for 2163.
Glad you could make it today. I know I didn't give you a lot of notice. I was originally planning to go to Myrtle Beach today, visit one of my friends, but turns out he's up in Pennsylvania visiting his mother, who's 97, so I'll have to make it another day.
Yeah.
14,000 plus 5345.
Yeah, last time we were singing in the church choir, so.
Well, that's important.
Yeah. Doing the Christmas thing. I'm glad you asked me again, though. This is nice. Very cool stuff.
17, 1 second. Across the horizon 11.
It's an amazing airplane.
60 Papa
Yes.
Washington,
Such power and performance
3045. If you
capability.
need some relief on that, just descend to 11000.
I appreciate it. We got relief from a previous controller. We're giving you our best right now.
Great, thanks.
It's a really pretty, I love this, the glare shield stitching and all, that's really pretty.
It's a really well-built airplane, incredibly strong.
Is it French made?
Yep. But it just has such capability. I mean,
yeah.
You can, weight-wise, I can put full fuel, which is 282 gallons, and I can still put 800 pounds inside the cabin.
Wow.
So I can get 4 adults, baggage, and you know, we've had 6 people on board, but you just got to put less fuel. But say you take 30 gallons off, that's almost 200 pounds.
Wow.
Because jet fuel's 6.5 pounds per gallon. So, you know, you can really have a lot of fun. And, you know, with 200 gallons of fuel, I still got quite a range.
Yep.
250.
352 Alpha Mike, contact the Potomac approach 124.55 today.
12455 for 2 Alpha Mike. We'll see you later.
I'll go. 1975, 7 Whiskey Foxtrot, good day.
Traffic approach, TBM 852 Alpha Mike, 8000, smooth ride.
TBM 852 Alpha Mike, Potomac, Baltimore, 3044, Juliet, current at Martin State, expected visual approach. 33.
We have the Juliet and 2 Alpha Mike would like to fly the RNAV to 33, no turn at Jugmo.
2 Alpha Mike, expect RNAV 33, and you're, are you direct Jugmo at this time, or are you on the airway?
Yeah, we're on the airway right now, 2 Alpha Mike.
Okay, I have a turn for you to Jugmo in a moment.
Sounds good, 2 Alpha Mike. So Jugmo is the initial approach fix for the RNAV to 33. I'm going to load that in here momentarily. And the minimum there is 214. So we'll go to minimums, and we'll change that to 214. And then we're going to load the procedure. You just hit that procedure button. Put approach, RNAV 33, and we want to go to Jugmo. No reversal, and we'll load the approach. We'll activate the approach when he gives us clearance to Jugmo. All we have is the final approach checklist, which is IGIFI. That's ignition, gear, separator, flaps, autopilot, and yaw damper to go.
TBM 2 Alpha Mike, can you slow it up a little bit? I got 2A10's going to do a low approach and then pull close ahead of you there.
All right, we'll slow it up to Alpha Mike.
And Axman 1 flight, runway 33, you're cleared for low approach. Your company is just touching down now.
X-ray cleared low approach, traffic in sight. Axman 1 is based here.
Roger. Axman 1 on the go. Can you make a midfield left close traffic and I get you inside of a TBM who's almost over Cindy?
Axman will go.
Okay, roger. Axman 2, you can plan for that as well. You're cleared for low approach and then expect midfield close to follow your company.
Axman 2, copy, and Axman 2 is here.
Axman 2, roger. TBM 2 Alpha Mike, you see that second A10, he's just based to final on the pull midfield close ahead of you there.
Yeah, we got him in sight, 2 Alpha Mike.
All right, roger.
You got him? Yeah, I got him.
5 Sierra Papa, it's going to be a couple minutes. I'm sorry, we're busy today.
No problem. 5 Sierra Papa.
Access, close.
Axman 1, roger. Present position, close traffic approved. Inside of a TBM is about 5 miles from the threshold.
I didn't hit approach mode, so...
And Axman 2, your, let's see, your present position, close traffic is approved to follow company.
Axman 2.
Hoping it'll capture the glide path here. Looks like it's not going to. Have to hand fly it down.
Axman 1, you're good for your base there. You're cleared to land inside of that TBM. He's 4 miles from the threshold.
Axman 1, base, secure, stop.
Axman 2 for you as well. Normal base inside of the TBM, just inside of 4 miles from the threshold.
Axman 2.